The film opens with Arthur looking at himself in the mirror. The Joker's makeup is slowly appearing on his face, just like the pain inside him. Since childhood, he had only one dream: to become a comedian whose laughter can make the whole city echo. His ideal is Moody Franklin, who is a big comedy star, but Arthur lives in Gotham City, where the gap between the rich and the poor is so deep that it seems impossible to cross. Here the rich rule and the poor have no status. Becoming a comedian in such a city seems like an impossible dream for Arthur. Arthur was standing on the road holding an advertisement board of a music company. He tries to attract people's attention, but some mischievous children come near him and snatch his signboard and start running away. Arthur tries to catch them, but the children start running away very fast. When Arthur reaches them, one of the children hits the signboard hard on Arthur's head, due to which the board breaks and Arthur gets injured. After this, the other children also start beating Arthur. Then when they feel that Arthur can no longer do anything, they run away from there. Beaten and dejected, Arthur goes to his boss. He told the boss what some children had done to him and also broke the signboard. But the boss was not concerned with Arthur's problems. On the contrary, he took out his anger on Arthur and even refused to give him the money. Arthur felt as if he had been betrayed by both sides. Children on one side, boss on the other. He could not even say anything and walked towards home disappointed. The next day, Arthur meets his friend Randall and tells him what those kids did to him. Randall listens to Arthur and gives him a gun. Arthur refuses to take the gun at first, but Randall convinces him that it is necessary for his safety. Arthur is forced to take the gun. On the bus, Arthur sees a child and he tries to make him laugh, due to which the child also starts laughing. But the child's mother did not like it at all. She scolds Arthur and tells him to stay away from her child. Arthur feels very bad after listening to her. He felt that everyone hated him. Then Arthur suddenly starts laughing, a laugh that was full of pain. Everyone starts staring at him. Arthur gathers courage and gives a card to the child's mother in which it is written about his illness. It was written in it that he is unable to control his emotions. Because of a childhood trauma, he remains torn between reality and fantasy. Arthur returns home and takes his free government-issued medication. Without it, he couldn't afford his treatment. He then visits his psychiatrist, who asks to see his diary. Arthur opens it to find the chilling entry: "I wish my death could be better than my life." The psychiatrist is alarmed by this. Upon arriving home, Arthur's mother inquires about a letter from Thomas Wayne, the wealthy mayor of their town. She had worked for him for 3 decades, hoping he would help Arthur when he learned about his condition. Unfortunately, Arthur informs her that no letter has arrived. The next day, Arthur meets Sophie, a single mother, and her daughter. He is immediately attracted to Sophie. The following day, she visits his home and asks if he has been following her. He admits he has, and she laughs without further explanation. A friendship gradually develops between them. Arthur dresses up as a clown and goes to a hospital to cheer up children. While dancing, his gun falls out of his pocket, terrifying the children and staff. He is fired from the job and tries to explain that the gun is a toy. His boy insists it's real and that Arthur bought it from a colleague. Arthur is heartbroken, remembering Randall gave him the gun despite his protest. Arthur boards a train home still in his Joker costume. He witnesses 3 of Thomas Wayne's men harassing a girl. Enraged, Arthur begins to laugh uncontrollably. The girl escapes, and the men threaten and beat Arthur. He tells them about his illness, but they ignore him. Arthur then pulls out his gun and shoots 2 of them. The third man tries to run away, but is also shot. Arthur hides in a bathroom, horrified by his actions. He never imagined himself becoming a violent, but he feels driven to it by the cruelty he is experienced. After a while, he regains control and begins to dance like a clown, as if nothing has happened. He then goes to Sophie's house and tries to get close to her. The next day, Arthur watches on TV as Thomas Wayne mourns the death of the three men. Wayne says they worked for him and were killed by the Joker. When Arthur goes outside, he is shocked to find that people are praising the Joker and many are wearing clown masks. Arthur visits the psychiatrist who informs him that their clinic is closing due to government funding cuts. Arthur is devastated, knowing he won't be able to afford his medication. To escape his problems, Arthur attends a comedy show. On stage, he tries to make people laugh, but is overcome by his own troubles and begins to laugh uncontrollably during the show. Returning home, Arthur finds a letter revealing that he is the son of Thomas Wayne. He confronts his mother, who tells him about her secret relationship with Thomas Wayne and the social barriers that kept them apart. Arthur decides he has to meet his father. He goes to Thomas Wayne's house and sees Thomas Wayne's son, Bruce Wayne. Arthur is wearing a clown costume. When Thomas Wayne's servant Alfred sees Arthur, he asks him to leave. Arthur tells him he is the son of Thomas Wayne and Penny Fleck. Alfred denies this, saying Arthur's mother is crazy. Angry Arthur grabs Alfred by the throat, but then lets go and walks away. When Arthur gets home, he learns his mother had a heart attack. She is being taken to the hospital and Arthur goes with her. Outside the hospital, two police officers approaches him. They were investigating train murders and ask if Arthur knows anything. Arthur angrily says he doesn't. The police say they asked Arthur's mother the same thing and then she had a heart attack. Arthur goes inside to see his mother. Sophie is also there. Just then Moody Franklin's show comes on TV. Arthur is a big fan, but Moody shows a video of Arthur failing at a comedy show and makes fun of him. Arthur is heartbroken to see his ideal treating him this way. When Arthur gets home, he sees the TV news reporting that the city is in chaos. People are wearing clown masks and protesting against Thomas Wayne. Arthur feels he is not alone anymore. Arthur tracks down Thomas Wayne and meets him at the theater. He tells Thomas he is his son and his mother is Penny Fleck. Thomas gets angry and says Arthur is lying. He tells Arthur to go to the hospital and ask his mother about it. When Arthur doesn't agree, Thomas slaps him and leaves. The next day, Arthur goes to the hospital to steal his mother's file. He opens it and reads something shocking. His mother had a boyfriend who used to beat them both. Arthur was badly affected and was adopted by his mother. The police caught the boyfriend and he died in jail. Arthur is devastated. He goes straight to Sophie's house. Sophie is surprised to see him. However, a truth comes to light. There was never anything between Arthur and Sophie. It was all in Arthur's imagination. Arthur goes completely crazy. He goes to the hospital and kills his mother by smothering her with a pillow. The next day, he gets ready for a show. It's the same show where Moody made fun of him. The video went viral, making the show famous. Moody invites Arthur back on the show. As Arthur was getting ready for the show, Rundle showed up. He was the same guy who had given Arthur the gun and lied to the boss. Seeing him, Arthur went crazy with anger and killed Rundle right there. Then he left for the show. As soon as he comes down the stairs dancing, two cops see him. He asks Arthur to stop, but Arthur starts running. The cops also run after him. They all get on a train, but all the people on the train were wearing clown masks. Because of this, the cop can't recognize Arthur. Arthur takes advantage of this opportunity and makes it to the show. Arthur arrives at the show and tells Moody he should be presented as a clown. Then he comes on stage dancing. Franklin asks him why he's come as the Joker. Arthur says everyone likes him that way. Then he reveals in front of everyone that he was the one who killed those 3 people on the train. He says that poor people are murdered every day, but no one cares. But there is such a big uproar over the death of these 3 people because they were rich and worked for a big company. Arthur also says how bad society has become. People only care about themselves. They bully a person who is mentally weak and leave him alone. Moody denies all this and asks to call the police. But Arthur gets angry and shoots Moody in the head. Everyone starts running away from there out of fear. At the time, there was a strange glow on Arthur's face. It seemed like today he wasn't afraid of anything in the world. Then the police arrested him and took him away in a car. When his supporters showed up, they hit the police car with an ambulance. They pulled Arthur out of the car. Arthur then made a smile with his own finger using his own blood and began to dance on top of the car. This was the best moment of his life. He felt like he had become the hero of the city. Now Arthur was in charge. People were praising him. Those who used to make fun of him were following him today. Thomas Wayne tried to escape with his wife and child, but Arthur chased them down and killed Thomas and his wife. However, he spared their son. Then the scene cuts to the hospital. Arthur is sitting in front of the psychiatrist, laughing. When the psychiatrist asks him why he is laughing, Arthur says he remembered a joke she wouldn't get. Then he leaves from there. But we see that there is blood on his feet, which means that now he is also killed the psychiatrist. Now Arthur becomes a full-fledged criminal and he was free. This is where the story ends. So friends, how did you like the story? Do tell us in the comment. If you liked the video, then please like and share the video. See you in the next movie. Till then, bye bye, take care.